So I come out to Botanical Gardens. I have about 6 to 7 exposures to shoot with the finish shooting with the OM-N1 before I can go ahead and get the roll developed. And I want to go ahead and try to get this developed as soon as possible because it's all a learning process. You can't learn anything until you get your film back. So I'm just out trying to finish up this roll of film so I can hurry up get it developed so I can see where I messed up, basically. So we'll take you along from the journey a little bit. It took me a long time when I first started using this camera. It's taken me a long time to figure out how to use it. Like, I had to watch several YouTube videos about it, how to focus it, all this and that was all something new to me. The first 15 or 20 exposures that I took with it, I wasn't paying attention to exposure at all. I mean, zero. I was just winging it totally by feel, I guess you would say. Didn't even realize that there was a light meter on the side of the camera. Basically, was being a complete noob with the whole camera. So I'm sure those first 15 to 20 photos are gonna be absolutely terrible. But since then, I've figured out how to maneuver the light sensor. First of all, I had to replace the battery, which was the whole thing, getting one of these old school batteries. And I also learned how to maneuver the camera to make sure that it's in the middle of the light meter. I tested it up against the phone app, the light meter on the camera against the light meter on the phone app, and it seemed to be pretty close to being where it should be. So I'm just out today, gonna try to balance everything in the middle of the light meter, take a few photos, take them in to get it developed so I can get them back and hopefully learn from that. And that was the last one in this roll, which is okay because I've taken 2 photos today, but I don't feel like taking more. Luckily, I brought another roll with me, so I'm gonna throw that roll in and take just a few more pictures to see what we can get today. So every experience is something new. Even changing out the roll of film. Every time I have to do something with this camera, it's a new experience, something new to learn, and that's part of the fun. Hopefully I didn't screw anything up, but we're just gonna go along here and take a few more photos, probably just 3 or 4 with this new roll of film, and kind of go from there. Starting to hear a bunch of kids show up, so that's kind of my cue to exit, but just a few. I'm gonna take the long way around here and see if I can find a couple more photos to take. You know, you start using an old film camera like this and you start realizing how spoiled we are with these super duper, you know, high megapixel, everything sharp. Camera does it all for you. Cameras of today, yeah, they are so nice and so awesome to use, but when you have to dial in every little setting and every little thing has to be perfect and every photo is going to cost you 75 cents, you start making sure you get a more of appreciation for what you're doing and just going along snapping digital photos. So I think that's enough photos for today. I took about 12 photos, 12 exposures, I guess. And I have a whole canister of film to get it developed. I need to get that to Walgreens tomorrow so I can get it back and check it out. Guy stopped me as I was walking by and he's asking me about this camera. He's like, "It takes good photos?" I'm like, I don't know yet. I haven't got any developed from it yet. It's a Olympus film camera, you know. He's like, where'd you get it? I was like, at the antique mall. I mean, you know, like, you know, if you're carrying around a camera looking like this, you're gonna get stopped and noticed. That is for sure. They just don't make them like this anymore. So beautiful.